Hello. Over a number of weeks now, I've been running a small trial, growing a full potato and growing 2 half potatoes in buckets. However, there's been a significant development that requires a change of plan. Watch these clips I've strung together, then come back to me. Right, so what we're going to do today, well, I'm going to cut one of these potatoes in half, and that'll be grown on as 2 halves, and I'm leaving 1 potato whole. Now these chits are fairly close together at the top, and what I need to do is I need to get some chits on each half of the potato. So this video could end quite suddenly actually. If I make a mess of this, I can't do it because these are the last 2 potatoes I've got. So I need to be very careful here. So I'll put that one to one side and we'll try and cut this one in half and leave a chit on both sides. The other thing I would say here is that if there are chits all over the place, you can cut a potato into more than halves. You can cut it into thirds, you can cut it into quarters, you can cut it into as many pieces as you like as long as there's a chit. I'm not too sure what they'll grow, bearing in mind there won't be much potato left to support the plant as it gets bigger. Done it. How's that? Chits on this half, chits on this half. Now what I intend to do now is I'm going to leave these in the greenhouse to scab over, to dry over before I plant them. The potatoes have scabbed over nicely. They're quite dry to the touch now, so we're ready to pot these up. Problem is, it's still so cold here at Homegrown Veg in the United Kingdom. I want to keep these guys indoors a bit longer. I want to keep them in the greenhouse. But I've got buckets everywhere. I've got buckets with carrots in, beetroot in, potatoes in, leeks in. Man alive, I can't move for buckets. There isn't enough room in this greenhouse to swing a cat. It's only an 8x6 greenhouse, and so I just don't have the room for 3 more buckets. I just don't have the room. And I don't want to put them outside because it's too cold. I want them to stay in here for a while till the weather picks up. So as an interim measure, as a stopgap, we're going to plant them in these yoghurt pots. I can keep 3 yoghurt pots in the greenhouse, that's not a problem, but I can't get another 3 of those 10-inch buckets in the greenhouse. So we plant them in the yoghurt pots. We'll keep these in the greenhouse until these potatoes get bigger. And when they become a potato plant, we'll plant them up into the buckets, and hopefully by that time they can go outside. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. What have I wrote on here? Half, half, full. Right, we'll do the full one first, the full potato first. A little bit of compost in the bottom. As you can see, these have got holes in. So we've put some soil in the bottom. We'll just sit this potato on it, like that. Okay, it's just sat on it nicely. And we'll just fill it up. Like that. Shake it in. 1 down. Right, this one is for half a potato. Oh, and incidentally, what I'm going to do is hold on, we'll need, this is a bit of a balancing act because it's only half a potato. What I'm going to do is, the best bit of this growing potatoes is definitely the harvest, isn't it? I mean, we're okay planting them, but really what you want to see is potatoes being harvested. Well, there's no potatoes being harvested yet this year here at Homegrown Veg, but we'd harvested a lot of potatoes over the years here at Homegrown Veg, and we've done this experiment once before. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give you a link to a video on this table when we get finished, that'll take you to a video that I done about 4 years ago, and you will see a reveal. And from recollection, I don't think there was an actual conclusion. In fact, I'm fairly sure I copped out and said, well, to my subscribers and viewers alike, what do you think? Well, what's the conclusion here? Because I just emptied 3 buckets of potatoes. 1 had a full potato sown in it, and 2 had half potatoes sown in it. And I weighed them on camera and then said, hey, what do you think? And I got various responses to that. Okay, so that's it. The next time you see these guys, we'll probably be moving them up into those water buckets, and then a few months later we'll be doing a reveal. Anyway, that's the plan. So we've got shoots, but have we got roots? If we've got shoots and we've got roots, it's time for these guys to be moved up into the buckets. Let's check them out. Okay, this one first, this half potato. Yeah, I hope you can see that. That's definitely got roots. Pop that back in there, like that. And I expect this one to probably be the same. This is another half potato. Oh yeah. Loads of roots. Loads of roots. So these half potatoes have become potato plants. Would you agree? They've got roots, they've got shoots. That constitutes a plant, does it not? Roots and shoots. And the full potato, yeah, it's got roots as well. Hope you can see those. So I'll get this table out of shot. I'll bring the barrow into shot with the bucket, which I've already prepared, and we'll plant these up. Let's go with the full one first. I've got about 2 inches of mix in the bottom of this 10-inch water bucket. This is just a soil-based compost that I've made up at home. We're going to sit this on top of it, and we're going to bury it. We're going to cover it completely. Look, sounds a bit brutal, but it isn't. We'll give these some protection, and also the fact that when it's buried it'll be frost protected, so we'll be able to stand this bucket outdoors. This is how we're going to protect it. This is a sawn off pop bottle. fits perfectly. So it can be as rough as we like now when we fill this bucket. How about that? Hey, how about that? We'll gently remove this. This is going to collapse in, but I'm going to try and let you see it anyway. There it is, nestling in the bottom. How about that? Boy, couldn't be easier, could it? Couldn't be easier. Right, let's do one of those half potatoes on camera, and then we'll do the other one off camera, because I think if you've seen two planted, you've seen enough. This is one of the half potatoes. Same procedure for this one. Sit it in the bottom. Give it some protection. And bury it. Now I don't expect we're going to see these again now for a couple of weeks. And when we do, when there's something to look at, I'll pop another video up. Okay. It only seems a few days ago since I put these potatoes in these buckets, and boy have they kicked on in those few days. Blimey. This is half a potato. You can just see it, it's lifted the soil, it's breaking through. So we've got shoots and we've definitely got roots. This is another half potato. Got the shoots, got the roots, yep, they're growing well. And this is the full potato. I don't know if you can see, it's just starting to lift the soil. It's just starting to push its way through. So all three buckets are up and running. Half a potato, a full potato. In about 4 months' time, we'll empty these out and we'll do a weigh-in. We'll do an analysis. We'll make a judgment. We'll see if growing from half potatoes is better than, or just as good as, growing from whole potatoes. Oh, you're back already? That didn't take long, did it? Okay, I'll just finish this cup of tea, then we'll go outside, we'll take a look at the potato plants. Okay? Before you ask, I'll give you the answer. Aqualusia, Californian poppy, chives. How did I know you were going to ask that question? I just did. Well, I think you can see for yourself what the significant development is, can't you? Yeah, I think you can. But before I tell you which is which in those three buckets, let me tell you this. They were all planted on the same day. The 3 buckets have stood together since that day. If they've been in the greenhouse, all 3 have been in the greenhouse. If they've been outside in the garden, all 3 have been outside in the garden. The 3 potatoes have all had the same growing conditions, yet only 2 have grown. This one's a no-show. This is a potato plant growing from half a potato. This is a potato plant growing from half a potato. This isn't a potato plant, and somewhere in there is a full potato. It started to grow, you saw that earlier in the video. You saw it starting to push the soil up, but it just hasn't made it. And I don't think it will make it now, given that these 2 were so far on and this one is so far behind. Whatever's happened in here is terminal, isn't it? So we need to change our plans. So I think what we'll do is we'll grow these 2 half potatoes on to maturity, then we'll take them. What else can we do? What else can we do? This particular bucket we're going to take to the barrow. We'll bring the barrow in the shot. We're going to dump it. We're going to empty it out. See what's been going on in this bucket. And then we'll decide what we might want to do with this bucket. Sounds like a plan, doesn't it? Okay, let's do that. Let's get the barrow into shot. Okay, it's autopsy time. Morris Piper. Let's see what's happened. That's the original soil ball that came out of the yoghurt pot. Potatoes inside there somewhere. Still see the roots. No shoots. Well, there's our potato. Still feels solid. It hasn't gone squidgy. Oh yeah, it has. Yeah, down there, yeah. Yeah, I can see it there. There, look, did you see that come out there? Watch on the squeeze. Where my finger and thumb is. You see that? Yeah, it's definitely gone. So this one didn't grow, the other 2 did. Let's go back to the bench and decide what we're going to do with this, if anything. We've now got an empty bucket, and we've got at least 2.5 summer months still to come here at Homegrown Veg in the UK. We need to use this, don't we? It's too early to put this one to bed. So what we're going to do is we're going to charge it again, but not on this video. This video is quite lengthy now. We're going to charge it again, and we're going to plant these celery up into it. Can you hear the blackbird? There's a blackbird serenading us at the moment. Yep, These are some celery that I started. I actually had the remains of a packet of celery, and I just used it, the lot, and all that came were these 6 plants. Only 6 germinated from what was left of a packet of celery. I don't know how many seeds there were in there. There were quite a few. But anyway, we've got 6 nice celery plants growing here. I've had a look at them. The root balls aren't big enough yet really for my liking to move them on into that bucket. But when they are bigger, and in another video, we're going to plant some of this celery into that bucket. At the end of this video, I'll give you a clip to a video that will show me harvesting celery from a bucket. So if proof were needed that it can be done, I'll give you it. So this is Homegrown Veg signing out.